Good day, everybody. I'm so excited today. We have singer, songwriter, artist, performer Caroline Grace Brüssow that I'm doing an interview with. She's going to tell you about her journey. She's going to encourage you really on never to give up, never to quit, follow your dreams, how to get over some fears and some times of quitting. How do you overcome things like that? This was just such an encouraging message. Before we get there, I want to encourage you to like, to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video because we believe it's going to help a lot of other people, and subscribe to the channel if I haven't already said that. Also, I do sessions on Mind Prosperity. That's our company's name. It's all on mental health, mental welfare, on mindset, on reaching your dreams as well. So I have these amazing booklets that I wrote that I'm doing in businesses. One is called Emotional Intelligence in the Workplace. That booklet will be on the screen and you can check it out. The other one is called The Influence of Mindset in the Workplace. These are two booklets that I'm doing in businesses. Also, I have a lot of other sessions available that I'm doing in businesses, families, groups, individuals. If you want to know more, please send me an email and I'll get in contact with you. Also, feel free to go visit our website. On our website, we also have material that you can purchase, check out, and read. So, without any further ado, here is my session with Caroline Grace Brüssow. Enjoy. Okay, good day everybody. We are so excited to have Caroline Grace Brüssow with us today, and she's going to speak to us a bit about her journey. Our message for today is, if you can dream it, you can do it. I stole that title from Chaz Michaels and Jimmy McElroy, but I just recently heard it's actually a Walt Disney quote. Caroline, welcome. It's so great to have you here with us.
Thank you, Albert. It's such an honor. Thank you for asking me, and for talking to me today.
I'm so excited to hear what you're going to say. I'm going to start with the most important question first. Somebody once told me you should eat the broccoli first, and that means leave the best for last. But since I don't eat broccoli, I'm going to start with the most important question. What is your favorite wine?
My favorite wine? It's chocolate block. Chocolate block. I love chocolate block. So I love red wine, so I'd rather go for a Cabernet or some kind of wine in that area.
Cool. And the reason I'm asking the question is
yes.
we're gonna speak about this also in the video. Caroline wrote a song about wine called Bokswyn. It's an Afrikaans song. So even if you don't understand the lyrics, if you're somewhere else in the world, you will enjoy the voice and you'll enjoy the melody. The music video was brilliant. So we'll put it in the link later when we speak about it. Caroline, tell us a bit about your success journey. Tell us a bit about your journey on The Voice and some of the journeys you've been through in your life, in your music career.
Sure, Albert. If I have to think about my music journey, it all started at school. I was a person that's very to myself, so I didn't really think that I could sing very wonderfully. It wasn't something that I immediately knew. So I was actually a dancer at first. Loved my dancing, was very invested in doing that. And then one day, my brother is a very good singer and he loves playing guitar. And he would always have this friend over and they would just, jam and have a good time and sing. And I would always just be in the background listening, but I would love every moment of it and just sing along kind of softly. And then one day my brother said, but sing a bit louder. I mean, I kind of hear something. Can I just hear your voice? And I had the confidence just to sing a bit louder. And he said, listen, you've really got a good voice. You've got to start working on your voice. So he motivated me or actually kind of put that idea in my head that I can actually sing. And then I took part in choirs and did every event that I possibly could in terms of singing. I don't know, it's just, I think some things are just ordained. In grade, I think it's grade 11, I dropped science and went over to drama very late in my high school career, with regards to my principal calling me in, Mr. Kassar at that time, and he said, Caroline, I really do believe that you've got an extraordinary talent, and I think you should rather take drama because you're wasting your time taking science. And I was very hard-headed. I wanted to prove something for some reason, that I could do science, or that I could kind of fall into that stigma of everybody, if you do science and maths and all of that, you're very clever and you can be very successful. So I kind of, that gave me a wake-up call and said, you know what, focus on your talents, focus on things that you're really well at, and invest your time and energy into that. And it paid off. I had a drama teacher, Dr. Neil van der Kerk, that really saw the light in me and developed me as an artist, and believed in me. He gave me a lead role, auditioned for Oklahoma, and never thought I'd get a lead role because there was university students that also came for the auditions, and obviously you think that they're much better. They are studying to be drama students. Obviously they will get the lead role. What's the schoolgirl going to get the lead role for? And I got the lead role.
Wow.
And that was my matric year. And it was just uphill from there. I couldn't stop singing. I couldn't stop pursuing this passion. It was a fire burning in me. So it was a hard journey, because after school, I decided to go and study law, and not do drama, not do the obvious, which is again probably something that's my character trait. I don't always do the obvious, and I just wanted a degree that I could fall back on, and you know that story everybody tells that. So I need something. I need a backup, and I must say it was a hard journey for me, because I wasn't very happy studying law. I tried to convince myself that this is my journey. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I kept on singing, doing SAR, doing musicals and performing at functions and festivals. I performed as much as I could. And I said it was hard because LLB is a hard course to study, and you kind of just need to be invested in that one thing. And I had this sideline of this dream that I wanted to follow, of being a professional singer. That was still in my heart. I knew I wanted to be that. And then I went on to going to Botswana and Henny, and I did my 2 years in High Court, where I was a clerk for Judge Hunker. And I just realized in the end, no, this is not for me. Singing is the only way. And I went overseas with my husband, and we were in Japan for about 5 years. And at the end of that Japan journey, I was watching The Voice, America a lot. And I would always find myself crying if someone did a really magnificent performance. And I decided there and then, if South Africa would ever do The Voice, I would give my all, and I will definitely take part in that, because that's I'm sure that's going to be part of my journey. And then, sure as I was saying that, South Africa got The Voice, and I checked out season 1. And then with season 2, I just told my husband, I really, really need to pursue this dream. I feel like I'm gonna be half of me if I ever get old, or if I die one day and I didn't go all out for this dream. And he said, it's fine, go pursue it, go back to South Africa, go do your auditions and see how far you can get into the competition. And yeah, it was hard for me as well. Getting onto that, I can remember getting onto the platform, going onto the train and saying goodbye to him, and knowing there is a possibility that I might do really well and that I might not see him for, say, about 6 to 12 weeks. And it's a long time to be apart from your husband. I can't just fly over to Japan. It's a long journey to Japan. It's not like England going 6 hours and you're there. So it was something that I knew it was going to be very hard, because I love being with my husband. I love being a wife and being supportive. I know how hard it is being a rugby player overseas, alone in a country with different values, different languages, and it's hard on him. So he really also needed me. But yeah, it was great for him to say, go and follow your dream. And the rest is history. I took part in The Voice. It was an amazing journey. I learned so much, and I got a contract with Universal. And today I can say that I'm an Afrikaans singer, and I love every minute of it.
There's three things that you said, and I wish I had a notebook and a pen so that I can write it down. But I want to go back to it, because I want you just maybe to elaborate on those 3 things that I found a bit. I just wish I could remember them. The first thing you said was that really struck me, is you said when your brother heard your voice and that you had a good voice, he said you had a good voice, you must really develop it. And
Yes.
what I like about that statement is you can be good in something, and you still need to develop it. You still need to work on it. Meaning,
Yes.
talent is not enough. You have to pursue. You have to work. You have to better at that. Am I right?
You are so right. No, I must already say I'm not. I cannot really speak out of experience because like how do I say, if they said talk is cheap but money buys the whiskey. So I have been working on my voice. Obviously, I'm a singer. I do it on a regular basis. But to be honest, if I had to really put in the time and effort that I wanted to, and have that self-discipline to sit every day and say an hour or 20 minutes today, I need to focus on my vocals. I need to learn something new. I need to develop something. I would have been probably way much ahead than I am now. But it's a learning curve. That's what life is. It's not easy. Consistency is not easy because life happens. When you're a mom, when you have responsibilities, when there's always a curveball, and it's hard being consistent. So I totally agree. You have to work hard. No person, a successful person, if you take all of the big names, Lady Gaga, whatever, Taylor Swift, all those people have been working their butts off, if I can say that. It's a day-to-day. Yes, they grind. It's not easy. It definitely does not come easy. So, if you take all the success stories, there are so many. Albert Einstein, there's, I think, Michael Jordan as well. He was dropped from the team. They didn't see any talent in him, and he just picked himself up and he worked hard, and he was the greatest basketball player of all time. So, definitely hard work.
I now that you mentioned all those, I don't know if I told you this. I don't think I did, but I actually got the name of my company, Mind Prosperity, from a Taylor Swift song. Have I ever told you?
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
No.
so we were.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you're a Taylor Swift fan, but I remember, I think it's one of her first albums called Fearless. And
yes.
the main song is called Fearless. And I was much younger. I think I was like 20 years old at the time when I heard the song, and I love this song. And there's a line where she said, it doesn't get any better than this. You take my hand and you drag me head first, fearless. And that word's head first. It just stuck to me, where you have to go with your head first. You have to go with your thinking first, with your decisions, with your imagination. And I got this idea from those words, that if your mind prospers, your life will prosper.
Yes.
And then that's where I got the name Mind Prosperity.
Sure. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, and it's so true.
We took this title today. Actually, it's a Walt Disney quote, and I don't know if you knew this, but Walt Disney was fired from a job because they said he didn't have enough creativity.
Yes, I know. I know.
The second thing, now I remember the third thing as well. The second thing you said is you said you didn't do the obvious. Now, there's this one guy called... and we shouldn't. There's this one guy called Robert Greene, and I was listening to him in the gym yesterday. Not like personally, I was listening to a podcast, before people think I know Robert Greene personally. But so I was listening, and this guy sells like 1 million books, or like over 1 million. This guy sells like a lot of books. And he said with his first book, his editors told him no, they didn't like his style. They didn't like the way he writes. They think the information is good, but they just want to change the style and some of the things. And he just said, no, this is the book I want. This is how I want it. It's authentic. I want to bring it out just like this. And he said that was about 20 years ago that he brought out that book, and that book still sells today like crazy. So I want to ask you this: what would you tell people who are like, they are different, they are authentic, and they don't want to do the obvious? Do you struggle with other people's opinions and things like that in that area, or not really?
I am a total supporter of authenticity. I speak it. I try to live it, because I really think if I have to take people in the industry that is authentic to me, I would name Elandre, I would name Bernice West, I would name Spoegwolf, Fransje van Coke. Karen's Word, all of those people are authentic to themselves. They don't give you something that they're not. And I think it's a very big part in being successful, because people love authenticity. People love something different.
Definitely.
It gives me goosebumps. I love people just being who they are, and it can make you, it's more relatable, it's more trustworthy. So really, I can't, I can't accentuate it even, more. You have to be authentic for me to be a true self and a true artist.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I just want to say this for the record. I'm a huge Spoegwolf fan. I don't think I've mentioned this, but I remember I've seen 3 of their shows now, and I had the privilege of meeting Donnie in Stellenbosch. I don't think you can remember me. Obviously, it was a while ago, but I remember the first show that I wanted to watch of them. My friends Bastian and Rita invited me, and they actually bought me tickets for the Spoegwolf show, and it was like it was on Central's sport fields. And I think like 20 minutes before the show, it started raining, but it started raining like crazy, and it didn't stop raining. So
I remember.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I wasn't there at the show, but I was in Bloom, and I remember everybody saying it started to rain.
No.
Yeah.
So we went to New York Slice, and we just ate all their pizza. So that was a good evening. So this is the third question I want to ask. And I know none of the things that I'm asking now is planned, but it never happens like that.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
So this one is about marriage. Let's do this. If people want to follow their dreams, if people want to, do something great with their lives, how important is it for them to choose or to have the right spouse? Because you just spoke about your supportive husband.
Goodness, that is a hard topic, but. I think it's hard in the sense that it's the hard truth that it is important to be married to someone that supports your dreams, because it's very, very, very difficult to follow your dream if your spouse doesn't support you. It's very, very difficult. It's almost nearly impossible. Because everything you're going to do to follow your dream, or all your plans, it's going to be kind of nipped in the bud, because he doesn't believe in it. It's gonna end in a fight. It's gonna end in something that's not a happy marriage. So that is it's a difficult one, eh? So because you might be in a relationship where that is maybe the case. So I might be stepping on some toes now, and I'm not saying please go and divorce your husband or whatever, but
please. I'm saying please.
But it is important to communicate in that sense. Communicate with your husband. Maybe he doesn't understand your dream. Maybe it's difficult, because if I have to take Heinrich and myself, Heinrich's been a rugby player for all of his life. He knows how the limelight works. He knows how dedication works, how consistency works, how the public can really influence your game, or what, all of that. So in a way, he can relate with my career and with what I have to go through. So there's a lot that we can learn from each other, and I think it's easier in that sense that he can support my dream, because he knows what I'm going through. And he's achieved his goals, and I think he probably would love for me also to achieve my goals, and realistically, because he's a real big realist and I'm a big dreamer. So we do kind of clash in certain instances, but we kind of help each other as well. I don't dream too much, but he's not realistic too much, if you understand what I'm saying. But it is difficult if you get a partner that really does not support anything that you're doing, and to kind of get out of that, because you have to get wings to fly and you have to follow this dream. You need support. It's so difficult doing it on your own. So it's hard. It's like I don't have an answer, like a clear answer for anyone that's in that situation. But communication, I would probably say, would be the best to get your partner to believe in your dream, so that he can support you. Or even if he doesn't understand your dream, just because he loves you and because he wants you to have a fulfilling life, and just that concept, I think should already be there for him to support you to go and do what you want to do.
Okay. So in a sense of, let's say we're not talking to married people. Let's say we're talking to people who are dating or people who are single and wants to get married. And I think one thing that's nice about this conversation, you know, you are both kind of live that lives where you're in the limelight, where you're pursuing dreams. It's not like the one is pursuing the dream and the other one is just a supporter. It's like we're both pursuing and we both need to support. And and I think that's a great thing to say. You know, it's not just the husband has this dream and this career and the wife is supporting, but the wife also has this career and the husband is supporting. And I think that's a great combination.
Definitely. No, you really do need that, because you can't just live in the shadow of someone else.
That's very good.
That's the big thing for me. Being a mother is the biggest honor you could ever get, and the biggest task in life. So that is your priority. Yes, I do agree. But you are also, apart from being a mother, you are also a human being that God's created with a purpose. God didn't create you, I believe, just to be a mother. Maybe if in some instances that is your gift, by all means, it's amazing. Just do that. But with my friends, with everybody I know, all of them have a dream. All of them have a gift that they want to pursue, and that they kind of have to have in their lives to give them purpose. Your kids do give you a purpose, but you need something else to give you purpose, to make you, a well-rounded human being. So if that is you, then you should pursue that. You should have the right to pursue that. Yeah.
What I'm hearing is that you're saying it's okay to live your life in a holistic way, not just to pursue one thing, but a few things and see how they work together. Exactly.
Life is, it's not. It mustn't just be simple. You must develop, and you must experience life, and you can only experience life by taking on different tasks. And like you said, I need to get the right word now. You need to challenge yourself to make it fruitful and to make life exciting.
I love that. We're going to quote you on that. You have to challenge yourself to make your life fruitful and to make your life exciting.
Quote number one. First quote for Caroline.
We're gonna quote that. It's gonna come out soon. Stay tuned. Check our social
Instagram
media page.
Pictures.
Oh, really? Ja. Jy joke, ons gaan dit regtig doen. So recently you sent me a song called Rise Up. And I told you I initially thought when you said to me you did a cover of Rise Up, I immediately thought of the Imagine Dragons. I was like, wow. But Rise Up is a song. But I have to say, since I've listened to it, the vocals, the acoustic, the keyboard on that song was just amazing. I think I've listened to it seven times already, and I think you sent it to me yesterday.
Wow, thank you.
Tell us a bit about Rise Up and that cover and what inspired it. And also, we will put the link in the video. So I don't know where, somewhere at the top or something, the link will be in there. Please go listen to the song right now. You can watch this video later. Okay, so tell us a bit about Rise Up.
Please do. Rise Up. I had this passion project. I just really wanted to do a cover on YouTube because everybody's been doing it, and I've been singing Afrikaans, and I don't think really people do know that side of me. That you kind of sometimes blown away by people singing Afrikaans, and as soon as they sing English, you're like, whoa, okay, I hear something different. So I wanted to do something that's actually, like I said, a passion project. It was actually for me. I wanted something to look back on and be proud of it. And Petrus and Gerduan are both when I was in Bloemfontein, they were both there. amazing musicians and so extremely talented. And I'm good friends with Beatrice, and I just said, Beatrice, I've got this idea and I really want to do this. And he just jumped on board and he said, amazing, let's do something crazy. And at that time, there was a lot going on in social media about abuse with regards to women, and it was just crazy, the things that happened to women, and it really upset me. And I got to this, I just rise up, I don't know, it got into my head, and I'm like, the song, why is the song, it keeps on popping up? And I just decided, I think this is what I want to do. This is the message that I want to bring across. Just rise up. I know it's very like focused on women now, but I mean, that was the situation and it is still the situation today. There's a lot of abuse going around in terms of women. I'm not excluding the men. I know there's a lot of men just don't talk about it probably, but yeah, the focus was on women and what I wanted to achieve. And then, yeah, I don't know, it was just beautiful how it came together with Beatrice on the guitar and what he did there. And the day I recorded it, I mean, I didn't go and practice the song at home. I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go with my voice. Honestly, there was no time. So I got into studio, we sat there, and it was pure emotion. All of the notes, the things we did, it was really, I would say, authentic. And I think that's if I look back, it reminds me of something of what I can do, and what a big message music can bring, and how amazing it is just to be able to live your dream. So yeah.
Wow. And I really love how you made the song your own, in the sense of like a person can really feel, you know, it's your passion, your authenticity, if we can say that again, in the song. And I just want to mention this. I don't know why I'm mentioning it. It's not really part of anything, but you spoke about now men not talking about things. There's a book out by Lewis House. If anybody wants to read this is so amazing. He also has a YouTube video on this. It's called The Mask of Masculinity. And it speaks about some of the masks men sometimes wear to portray themselves more as masculine. It's really, really, really great. That helped me a lot. I kept on gymming and stuff like that. I didn't stop that, but you know, I just so
you just have a different viewpoint.
No, it's like that because he was actually in a podcast speaking to Ed Milet, and Ed Milet, I wanted to say this quote when you spoke earlier about being realistic. Don't let your husband hear this quote, okay? But it's a quote by Ed Milet.
Maybe he needs to hear it.
It's a quote by Ed Milet, one of my favorite quotes, and it says, "The world will not be changed by realistic people." So
definitely it's the dreamers that make the change.
Come on.
but then then the realists are going to come with their own quotes, so just wait, they will come with a better quote.
Come with your quotes. I have a lawyer. I'm speaking to a lawyer right now. Caroline studied law. She will help me in some way. Bring both quotes. So before I carry on, where can people, if they want to book you, if they want to find you, if they want to listen to you, where can they hear more about you or contact you for shows?
Okay, I've got a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram and on TikTok, but you will see on my Instagram and my Facebook, it does state there that you can contact my agent. It's Meyrick.Tree, and he's got his email address there, so you can just pop him a message, or if you want, you can just send me a DM and just say, listen, I want to book you for something, and I can just send you his details if that will make it easier. But it is there on my page. We will either way. We will put the email address on the screen for you guys if you want to book Caroline. And you're on Spotify, or that's at least where I've been listening to you. Are you on Apple Music? Yes, Apple Music, Deezer, actually all the platforms you will find me. But I know the main ones is Apple and Spotify.
Deezer, I've never heard about that.
Deezer, yeah.
Jan Blom has a song called Deezer, but I think it's something different. So now to the question that I really like. I've been excited to ask this.
Yes.
Who are the artists in the world that you would really like to do shows with?
Ooh, listen. There's a huge list. How much time do you have? Jeez. In South Africa, I would probably go with the people that I admire the most. So I always say Landre because I really, really like him, and he's such a good human being. And I think there's a lot of people that really would love to collaborate with Ilandre, because he's got a fantastic voice, and just because of the human being that he is. But
so Ilandre, really, if you're listening, the contact details will be there.
Yeah, I think Ilandre, Demi Lee Moore is also a really exceptional talent, and I also love her. So, I mean, if there ever would be a girl duet or something, I would love to sing with her, even if just share the stage with her would just be magnificent. There's a song that she does with Monique Steyn, Diane, the cover that they do. So I've been dreaming of doing that with Demi Lee. I mean, she's just really amazing. Rian Bernardi, he's really such a massive talent. Steve Hofmeyer. I mean, there's all these. I can really go on and on forever. If you could share the stage with even one of these people, it would be amazing. Spoegwolf, like you said, Fransje van Coke. I think Fransje van Coke would be amazing to collaborate with. He's just so insightful, and he's I don't know, he just has this ability to bring a song to life and just to make it real authentic, and also to collaborate with artists that you wouldn't think that would fall into his genre. I mean, why not? So I also think, like, you shouldn't always put an artist into a box. I know if someone does contemporary, or if they do like a box vein or something, it's not, you can't say that's the only thing they can do. There's a reason why they're doing what they're doing, but it's, I mean, you haven't heard that girl sing rock. You haven't heard her sing something else. So don't put them into a box, because the creative can't be put into a box. So that's why I think you can collaborate with anyone you want to. You can be a rapper, you can be a country singer, you can be a whatever. You're going to bring your vibe. So, I mean, collaborate ahead. I think that's what's in our industry happening. There's crazy collaborations happening, where English is brought into Afrikaans, where Afrikaans collaborates with English artists, where we rap, where we rock, where we whatever, and it's working, and the people are loving us.
You know, it will be cool if somewhere in the future you actually do things like this, and we can refer back to this interview today.
Yes.
Maybe
that would be amazing.
Maybe you can one day write a song like almost like To Vind Ek Jou, and do a duet with Franco, and something like that will come out.
Exactly. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. But I think I mean most artists do dream about that, because you want to work with the best in the business. But yeah, that's what it is. They motivate us to do better and to want to sing with them.
And tell me, are there any international people?
Oh, also a lot. Oh gosh, geez. Goodness, that is a difficult one. I love James Bay. I would love to sing with James Bay.
Can I guess?
Yes, you can.
I would say Aerosmith and Pink.
How would you know that?
I really don't know that. Because Aerosmith has the song called...
I would love to. I'm a big Aerosmith fan. I would faint if I had to meet him. Oh, I am mad about him. I really do like him a lot. So definitely is Aerosmith. Pink, major fan. Major fan.
Are we speaking about the Aerosmith song Pink now, or are we speaking about Pink the artist?
Pink the artist and the Aerosmith song Pink. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, Jessie J, Christina Aguilera, Delta Goodrem. I mean, there's so many that I love listening to. Oh, I mean, who's Brandy Carlisle. There's endless lists that I would love to collaborate with.
I want to tell the people why I'm asking this question, so that it's not just to get information on who she wants to do shows
Sing with.
Sing with. But I want to show you that although she has achieved a lot in her music career, she's still a dreamer and she still dreams big.
For sure.
And the encouragement of that is, don't ever settle. No matter what you achieve in life, never get to a place where you think, I've arrived and I'm not going further. And you're a great example of somebody that says, listen, I've achieved this, but what is the next thing? What is the next dream? What is the next prayer? What is the next trust? I really, really love that.
That is so true. No, you can't just be satisfied. There's no way. Otherwise you won't be better at what you're doing, because if you can get an opportunity to sing with an artist like Rian Bernardo, it takes you out of your comfort zone. It brings you up to a next level. There's always something to strive to, like you said. There's always a better you. You can't be satisfied. No.
You can't be. No, I cannot say that. Anyway, now I'm gonna get to the hard question. Not hard to answer, but I think maybe sometimes hard to speak about. Have you ever went through failure, and have you ever wanted to quit?
Yes. So many times. I've wanted to quit in this week, I promise you.
Really?
I think it was Tuesday. I was like, what am I doing? I'm just going to leave all of this. I'm going to go into my little hole, and I'm just going to be a mother, and I'm just going to be a mother. Yeah, Mother Caroline, nobody knows you, just go on with your life. And because it gets hard sometimes. I mean, you get a lot of, there's a lot of conflict sometimes, and you might not think that you've brought out the song now, and you think that it's good, and you're hoping that it's going to do well, and then maybe it doesn't do as well as you think it should, and then you think, oh goodness, have I done something wrong again? What next? What should I do next? And then you feel guilty for not being with your kids, or there's something they don't know, but if you maybe just would have put more attention into that and not this what you're doing now, they would have probably been better at that. And so there's a lot in life going on, and you're gonna think that you're not good enough. You're not a good enough mom. You're not a good enough singer. You're not a good enough this, because you don't get chance. You don't get an opportunity to maybe go and do your vocals because your 2-year-old needs you right now. So there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of life going on. It's not always as easy being consistent and being all of that. And then that can demotivate you sometimes and make you feel like you're not good enough to pursue that dream, or to ever get there where you want to get to. But so it is not an easy journey. And I have wanted to give up so many times. But thank heavens I haven't. I don't know, the next day you just get up and you listen to a motivational quote, or you get someone that just, pops up and says, you know what, this song has meant so much to me. Oh, you've got so much talent. Never stop singing. You just get these thingies just pop into your life where you just think, I can't stop pursuing this. There's just too much going on. I need to do this. This is me. So it is difficult staying motivated. And like I said, everybody wants to give up, but you need to just motivate yourself and hang on to your dream. Don't give up.
One thing, and this is a study I've done, one thing that every single successful person has in common, they all went through failures and they all wanted to quit. Yes, so if you go through failures, if you want to quit, you are in very good company. I'm going to refer back to the Robert Greene video, and he said they asked him, because he spoke about how insecure he felt when he wrote the book. He thought, like, is it not good enough? It's not good enough. People are not going to buy it. People are not going to like it. And he wrote many books after that, and all of them became like these bestsellers. And they asked him, like, how did you overcome that? And he said, I didn't. I still feel like that with every single book I write.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
exactly. If I have to point something out, when I did The Voice, I come from a small town, Bloemfontein, and you get your people that follow you, that love you for what you do, and you're in a tiny little bubble, and then all of a sudden you're on this big stage. I've had that mentality. Listen, I'm okay. People like what I'm doing. I'm all right. You get to The Voice, and then you realize, no, you're not all right. People don't really like what you're doing. I got the worst script, I think, of anyone in that competition. They went for me, like, all out. And it was really hard for me. I was really alone, and it was this massive reality check for me. Listen, you're not in Bloemfontein, you're not in your safe zone. You need to be better. You need to up your game. This is a different platform that you're working on. Like you said, you mustn't think, hey, I've got this. I can sing, I can do this. No, you can't. Sure. And today, when I listen back to my The Voice videos, which I don't do often,
not today.
When it randomly pops up, I'm like, maybe it's sounding better today. I'll just listen a bit. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's still bad. Okay, put it off. So it's not that I'm downing myself or that I wasn't proud of what I did on The Voice. I was proud of the human being that I became.
That's very good.
But vocally, yes, I could have done way better. I made the wrong song choices. I didn't listen to myself. I didn't go back and listen to my videos and say, oh, that wasn't good. Why wasn't that good? Because you did this, because you sang wrong into the mic, because you were too nervous, because you didn't whatever, or because you wanted to prove yourself, or because, all of that playing a part. And then, I didn't go really back and listen to what I could have improved on. But I did, in the end, go back and I did improve. And I did go and listen. I listened to my voice often. What don't I like? Improve on that. So, I've learned a lot. And I, like I said, I can't even watch those videos because I really don't like what I did. And and that probably could have demotivated me. And I could have said, oh no, I really don't have that amount of talent. I should just leave singing. I should just, if I can't be a Corlia or whatever, I'm not singing. No. You can be a Corlia because you have to just work your butt off day after day, work at your craft. And I'm preaching to the choir because, I still don't do that. I still need to also go every day and say, even if it's 20 minutes, do your vocals, listen to an artist, try and emulate what they're doing and improve your voice. When I was younger, I couldn't belt. I had the soft little voice that you kind of had to, hello, what are you saying? And I was motivated. I'm going to belt. I'm going to do this. And I listened to Whitney Houston, and I listened to all of these artists. I emulated them. I practiced, and I could belt. So you just need to believe in it, and you need to just work at it day by day. Yeah.
What is belt?
How do I explain belting?
For those who are not mechanics.
When Whitney Houston goes, and that's belting.
So going like this?
Going like this, singing in your full range of voice, very loud. Because most people, if you don't work on your belting and on your support and on it's difficult, because if you like Billie Eilish, you'll never hear Billie Eilish belting because that's not a way of singing, which is also beautiful. It's not, there's nothing wrong with that. But you get your belters and you get those that don't belt. Janie Bay.
I love Janie Bay.
Probably if she went.
She's so
good. I love Janie Bay.
Yeah, she's so good.
Amazing. Yeah. I love her, and she's such a good friend, and I have so much respect for her. And she's got a sweet, soft tone. She mustn't belt. She doesn't need to belt because she is perfect in the way that she's singing. But like Janie Bay sings in the soft, melodic way. Belters is the Whitney Houston people that in Corlia that can really go for those high notes and sing it. That's the thing that all all people think is very impressive. But Corlia said something one day, don't think that to belt is impressive. No, it's not. The impressive thing is to sing like Billie Eilish and to sing like Janie Bay, that to control your voice. It's a way better, how can I say, ek wil nou sê vernuf, ek wil nou Afrikaans praat.
Vernuf.
Way better. I can't even get to the word, but I think people know what I'm saying.
I don't even know Google Translate. I don't even think Google Translate will know what vernuf means.
It's harder to actually sing softer and control your voice than just to go and belt it out.
Okay.
It's impressive, but whatever. Yeah.
I didn't know that. But I do think, one thing that I like about Janie, I don't know if she composes her own songs, but her songs are very well composed.
Yes.
Like very, very well.
I think she's got yes, I think she does. I think she's got a lot. She works in studio a lot with, I think, the producer, and she puts her ideas forward. So I think a lot does come down to her.
Yeah, that's I remember the first song I heard of her was that Babylon, an Afrikaans Babylon. Yeah, very, very good. So
very good.
What would you say, just quickly before we get to the last point, how would you encourage people to go on and not to quit? Like, just don't.
Just don't quit. I think you need to preempt yourself. I listened to, what is, no, I can't think of his name. Groeschel, Dave Groeschel, or something like that. He's a preacher.
Craig
but
Groeschel.
Also like Craig Groeschel, yeah. So he did a long range of topics, and it was about preempting kind of yourself. So if you know that you are going to want to give up, kind of, you need to have something in place to not give up. You need to preempt.
No, that's good. I love that.
Like a small example would be if you drive in traffic and you know that you're short-tempered or whatever, you need to know that, okay, I'm going to blow up, but before I blow up, there's something I need to do to not blow up. So I think that's the best way of probably preparing yourself to be mentally strong enough not to give up. I understand there's everybody's got their different lives, and maybe you do get to a certain point where you've been following this dream for your whole life, and you get to 80 and it never panned out like you would have wanted it to, but maybe that was just not your journey. I think you need to also get to a point where you can accept that it's not your journey, and you need to find something else that is maybe your journey. You mustn't be blind. That's also a very important thing, but it's difficult because passion, and it does make you blind. But in any way, that's probably in a minor cases. But yeah, I think you should really preempt yourself, and you should get things to motivate yourself. Even if it's a quote or it's someone you follow and listen to that can help you get that courage to go and do what you need to be doing, and get yourself people that support you and believe in you. Don't waste your time with people that are downing you and making life difficult for yourself. You need to also focus on who you surround yourself with.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very important, who you surround yourself with. People can discourage you so easily. I think
very quickly.
I don't know if you know who John Mayer is.
Yes.
My favorite musician, by the way.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I can also say one of my favorites.
So I was listening to this thing that he said, and he spoke about how he was dealing with people's criticism and what people said about him and did to him, and he spoke about how he built this whole fence around his house to keep people out. But then he said every morning he read his emails and his Facebooks and stuff, and how what people said got to him, and he said, it didn't help that I built this whole fence around my house, but I still have these emails and I still have these Facebook pages where I read what people has to say about me.
Yeah.
So I was listening to a thing of, I don't know if you know the psychologist Carl Jung. I was listening to this thing I was listening to this thing this morning. I'll send it to you later if you want to see it. It's a thing where he spoke about embracing your dark shadow. And I know it sounds very weird, but it speaks about this side of you that does get angry in traffic, this side of you that you always want to hide away. You don't want people to see this side. And he was speaking about how to accept that side of you and not to try to hide it, to get rid of it, but to try, but to have the correct relationship with it and deal with it in the correct way. That was like amazing.
That is amazing, eh? Because that's true. Everybody has it. You can say what you want. You've got a kind of alter ego darker side that you do not show to other people. You only show it to people you're really comfortable with and you trust the most in your family. So I think the people in your family, they see a different side to what you actually do put out there.
Definitely.
But it is good to embrace that, because that is part of you. That's part of you. It's not something you can just cut off. It's actually something you should have a relationship with. Yeah,
That's
I do agree. I do agree. Yeah.
Final question, and this is very exciting. Okay, so right now we're gonna put the link for Boksvein in the video, and we're gonna speak about the song. That's your latest song, right?
Yes. Okay. That's my latest song.
So speak to us a bit about the journey and the evolution of this song, Boksvein.
So I was one of those artists that said, I will never, ever do a song like Brüssow. Never. So,
and why is that? Or why was that?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to be crucified. Okay, so I didn't...
You probably know good lawyers, right?
I grew up where we listened to a certain type of music. I mean, I listened to Beatles, The Who, Green Day, all of these rock, really alternative bands, because I had my brother's influence, and he listened to sometimes heavy metal and punk and all of those things, and my dad that listened to all of these old school rock bands, Led Zeppelin, and my mom that more like the Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey kind of chilled vibe thing. So I had all of these influences. I only listened to Lyrica Rauch growing up. And that's basically all I can remember ever listening to Afrikaans music. So my view, and Chris Kombuis and all that, it was that style of Afrikaans music, very deep, and and so the socky Boksvein kind of songs vibe wasn't what I grew up with, and wasn't what I probably related to or was interested in. And so that's also why I did my more contemporary album like Eindelose Liefde and Ek Bid Vir Jou. It was just more ballady and more, I would say, prim and proper, if you could really say that. And that's why I said I don't think I'll ever do the Boksvein vibe, because it's not something I'm used to and that I know, and which most people actually do see as I mustn't say this. I can probably say this because it's honest. Some people see it as being common. Dis die common Afrikaanse musiek, which some people kind of look down on. And I don't know, just with being in the Afrikaans industry and opening up my heart and opening up my eyes and seeing what's going on around me, I totally changed my point of view with regards to all of this. Fat Man being one of my very good friends, which only sings those type of songs. Seeing what he does at shows, and it's also a different artistry. And I just thought, you know what, I'm going to embrace this. I need to make a change in my career. I need to do this for myself. And I'm going to take the plunge. I need to be lighter. I need to have this, because I'm not this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not. You can't put me into the box. So I want to explore this part of the industry, and I did. I was very scared. I didn't want to, like, after I wrote the song and I came home. I'm like, what am I doing? I wanted to cry. I'm like, am I kind of selling my soul to the devil, kind of thing, And when I heard the final production, I was like, I'm so happy I went with this. This just makes me happy. I smile when I sing the song. I'm having fun with it. I can do things on social media. People see a lighter side of me, where they've always thought that I'm very, I'm unapproachable, like I said, prim and proper, that kind of thing. Now they see, but listen, she's not really. She's just like a normal human being, having fun, being a mom that does silly things and can laugh at herself and doesn't take life too seriously. So yeah, that's Volkswagen for me. It was just taking that risk, taking that chance in something that I was very uncertain about. And like I said, I've been a mom for 2 years. I wasn't in the industry for a long time. And coming back in the industry, I wanted to do something different. I could reinvent Caroline, and that's what I did.
Well, I have to say you nailed it, and well done with Volkswagen. It's so great. So we wanna congratulate you on that. And I think a final thing I can say to the people is it's sometimes the thing that you sometimes doubt the most that gets the biggest success. So it's always
definitely
it's always good to get it out there.
Definitely.
Caroline, thank you so much. This was such a great honor. This was such a great interview. Thank you so much for doing this, and I know this is going to help people. I know it helped me. You know, I wish, like I said, if I knew it was going to be like this, I would have brought a notebook and a pen and jot some things down. So
thank you. Vice versa, really.
Really?
We're all here we're all here to learn from each other and to motivate each other, because we all have our different lives and things that we've learned, and yeah. That's great to embrace that. Thank you, Albert, for the opportunity.
You. And we are all looking forward to see you on stage one day with Aerosmith and Pink and all of these people.
Amen.
I just want to go if John Mayer is going to be there. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Caroline. This really helped and encouraged us. And thank you everybody who watched. I do believe you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, share this video on. We believe it's going to help a lot of people. And go check out Caroline's stuff. Not just Volkswagen. She has a lot of amazing things that she has done. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon again.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Albert. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.